All right. You guys know how I feel about guest characters, right? You know that. So this is over on Interloco's video, right? In the Mileena announcer files, there has been a file that is alluding to the fact that perhaps Ghostface is coming. Now there's also mention in here about like Mercy also being stated as well, or at least it has been found previously. That doesn't mean to say that it is coming. It could very well be just something that just shows up, you know, like, I don't know, like as a, I don't know, as part of like a stupid game mode invasion. But her actually saying Ghostface could be an indicator that it's coming. So I'll play it to you so you can hear it. It kicks in at like 5:18.
Hear us, Ghostface.
So that's very specific, right? Like that is very specific. Okay, there's nothing else that you can think of in the game that indicates anything like that, unless they're actually referencing the character, like DLC character Ghostface. But this is where I have a problem, right? Like this is like, I see the comments, I see the people, you know, thinking that just because a character kills, it should be in Mortal Kombat. That is the gravest mistake NetherRealm has ever made when it comes to Mortal Kombat, one of anyway, but one of the biggest ones when it comes to at least characters, is they go, well, just because they kill, then they can show up in our game. Or just because they've been violent, that means that they should show up in the game. They don't care about any sort of ramifications about whether or not it actually feels like it's good or part of the game or the story. It's just extra fluff. And as we've seen, right, not a single guest character has gotten anything else, right, unless you got to pay for it, right? So Quan Chi, like you could buy like his Deadly Alliance outfit, but you got to pay money for that. If you don't have the Dragon Crystals, you got to pay money for that, right? So, you know, we're not getting anything in the game, at least until this season. Quan Chi got an unlock from the shrine. It was the only unlock from the shrine, right? After 10,000 gold dragon coins, you could get his ridiculous parakeet outfit with a whole bunch of colors. And now it's locked out till the next season. That shrine is dead now for the next 48 odd days, give or take, right? I did it on literally on that morning when it first launched. Did it in one go, and it's gone. What the hell is wrong with you? This is ridiculous, right? And as I've always stated, a guest character takes up a slot of an MK character. I understand the stupid childlike mentality of these people going, oh, this will get people to come buy our game. But I did a video about it. Do guest characters really sell the game? That's what you have to ask yourself. Because when you look at Street Fighter 6 and you look at Tekken 8, they are selling extraordinarily well, despite whatever issues they may have. They are selling well, far better than Mortal Kombat. I think, is Street Fighter is it selling better than Mortal Kombat now? I can't remember. Tekken 8 is definitely. No guest characters, right? Not a single guest character. I think Street Fighter 6 would have sold a lot more initially if it had a bigger roster, right? Launching with the roster size that it had was way too small. I thought it was way too small. It felt really anorexic. We're not back in the 90s, folks. Give us some more, right? Or even the 80s even, right? So these games are selling, and they're very popular too, without guest characters, because they are putting front and center either brand new created characters for the universe or bringing back old favorites. This is what Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm, Warner Brothers, they just don't seem to understand. They are going for that quick, ooh, I get to run around as Ghostface, right? Okay. Like, I know some people think that's cool, right? And there's horror fans out there, and this is the problem too. This is what I've talked about before, right? For a long time now, NetherRealm has been pushing Mortal Kombat into a horror theme, okay? or torture theme. Look at the way they do fatalities. Look at the intricate detail that they go into and the length that they take. You know, like you look at Reiko, like I did Reiko's, I never do fatalities, but the other night when I was playing I did it. I did Reiko's fatality where he snaps your arms forward at the elbows, right, and then pushes back and then like crunches you over and then spins you around or whatever it is and then pulls your spine out. I was like, who's this for? I mean, sure, the gore porn folk out there love that stuff, but you could have easily just like taken, you know, like, you know what you could have done? You could have just literally folded him in half. Right? That would show Reiko's strength. You could have literally folded his dick shit in half. Right? Kick him over, his head hits the ground, splats, done. Instant kill. Right? Instant. Needs to be fast, furious. Right? But now it's gone into more torture, horror themed stuff. You look at all the characters, apart from MK11, but that was getting into sci-fi a little bit with Terminator. Well, who do we have as guest characters? We had Spawn, we had Terminator. So you had one superhero, you had Terminator, you had Rambo. Who else is there? I'm missing one, aren't I? I think I'm missing a guest character. RoboCop, that's it, yeah. So you had two sci-fi, or the theme of like cyborgs, Spawn, right, and Rambo. Is that it? I think that's it. If I'm wrong, let me know, because I don't give a shit if I can't remember whether or not. But, like, and then we get Shang Tsung that has the ability to just like, you know, morph between the ninjas, like Rain and Reptile and what was it, Ermac as well. And it's like, dude, you literally could have cut out those three of those guest characters and given us those three ninjas, and I would have been as happy as a pig in shit. But you don't, right? Because they just bet the farm on all of this crap, you know, thinking that, oh, this is the only, like, we've got to have that in there. And it all started with MK9. It's one of the negatives I've said about MK9. They started with Freddy and then started with Kratos for the PlayStation version as well. And I didn't like it then, still don't like it now. Because if other fighting games can get away with selling themselves with no guest character interaction whatsoever, and people go, oh, but it just makes Mortal Kombat unique. No, it makes Mortal Kombat stupid. Right? For me, it takes me completely out. When I'm running around on screen fighting against Peacemaker or Home Invader, right, or Omniturd, it takes me completely out of the game. These characters do not fit MK at all. And then you're going to throw, if this is real, you're going to throw in a horror-themed character after these three. So you've gone from like superhero, and then you're going to have Ghostface? Like, what superpowers does he have? Oh, that's right, he has fucking none, right? And then they have shit. He wears a fucking bed sheet, right? He's running around his own little personal jab. He said he's put a mask on top. Like, ooh, you know. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, the Scream movies are fucking amazing, but holy crap, like, I don't know, man, I don't know, like, you know, I just, you know, maybe, you know, I see comments too, I see people, you know, well, Mortal Kombat just isn't made for you. You know what, maybe it fucking isn't. You know what, maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm just fighting against the tsunami of just like instant gratification. Oh, we'll just make you happy by giving you little turd nuggets here and there. You know, maybe I'm just fighting against it all. Maybe I'm too old for this shit, right? Maybe I want Mortal Kombat to be great again, like I'm seeing what's happening with, you know, like I know there's Tekken controversy with the heat gauge and stuff, but when I load up Tekken, it's Tekken, right? I see familiar faces, I see new faces, but it's Tekken. I feel like it's a Tekken game. Same with Street Fighter 6. New faces, old faces, feels like Street Fighter. King of Fighters, Granblue. Granblue's only got one guest character in that, and then that felt like it fit. They actually thought about it, thought, you know what, 2B is a good fit for this role. But, like, Mortal Kombat's just like, yeah, we'll just throw shit at the wall, you know. And let's not get it twisted, man. Like, they're releasing these DLC characters in time with their launches of their new seasons. I mean, let's be real here. Like, you know, they're getting that promo out. These characters are being used as promotional tools. I hate that. Why can't you just make an addition? How about this for an idea? How about you leave the combat pack to the combat characters, as in Mortal Kombat characters with a K? How about you make additional pack of DLC characters that you can put out as many times as you want, as often as you like, right? So you have a superhero pack, Omni-Man, Peacemaker, Home and Anal Invader, right? Separate. Combat pack is always MK characters, and then you have additional stuff. Then you have, we're also releasing a horror pack, which has Ghostface and Chucky and other dipshits out there that they can throw in there. And it's separate. Keep it separate, right? So that way we get our combat packs, the MK fans get what they want, and then all the people out there that get, excited because their brain cells can't handle anything longer than 2 seconds, go, ooh, Ghostface, right? And they'll buy it. Because what that would indicate too, as far as like sales go, is how many people are really going out of their way to buy the DLC characters over, say, wanting to get the season pass. Okay, and I think that'd be very interesting, but they're clever. They put them both in there together and go, oh, look, see, they sold really well. Really? Really, the whole combat pack sold really well, right? Now, the only metric that you could go on with that is going, well, because they sell them individually, then it's like, okay, tell me how many those sold. How many Peacemakers, how many Omni-Mans, how many Home Invaders sold, by themselves individually out, because a lot of people out there probably don't have the combat pack, and they probably just bought the base Mortal Kombat and were waiting for like Omniturd. So how many of those sold? That's the really interesting part. But that's why maybe it's not for me anymore. Maybe I'm sick and tired of watching my fucking favorite fighting game turn into a McDonald's advertisement. Right? It's like, you look at the first launch trailer for MK and my dick was hard. I'm like, holy shit, man, this looks fucking good. Right? Just like when you see the Big Mac picture when you go to McDonald's. And then you open the box and it looks like it's had fucking 20 dudes run a train on it. It's fucking seeping out with shit everywhere. Fucking like white jizz. And I'm looking at it and the half the meat's hanging out like she's been fucked by 1,000 guys over the last 5 seconds, flaps everywhere. And I'm opening the box, I'm like, man, that's an OnlyFans chick. Right? That's disgraceful. Anyway, catch you next time.